Everybody, today we're going to take a look at the GT08 smartwatch. I'm going to try to show you this a little bit closer up where it is a smaller item. As you can see, it does come in a fairly decent little box, nice little gift box. Opening up the box does show the watch itself. And if we pull this out, set it aside for a second. It also does come with a charging cable, as well as a little bit of instructions here in the bottom of the box that look like they are probably completely in Chinese, though it does show a QR code. And on the other side, we do have English. So for those of you who enjoy reading, feel free to do that. I'm going to just press on and hope for the best. Looking over the watch itself, it does have a fair amount of heft to it, a fair amount of weight. It is a heavier duty watch. It does have the protective cover on the display. And it's almost like a snap enclosure for the wristband. It's just a couple of little metal knobs. See if I can get that in the camera. A couple of little metal knobs that do just push into these preset holes. Flipping the watch over, you can see that it's a very basic, very blank back with a decent matte finish to it. So it should feel pretty decent up against the arm. And you're presented with what looks like a speaker, as well as this is probably your charging port. And if I can try to pry that open real quick, give me 1 second. Yes, that is your charging port. And you are presented also with one push button and turnstile knob. Holding it in, we are presented with a nice little display and a fun little starting. It says it is connecting. Sorry, I'm trying to read this upside down, but it says it is trying to connect with my phone, most likely. So if I were to go to my phone, turn on Bluetooth, and while that's scanning, we'll see if there's something that I have to do on the phone itself, or I'm in the watch itself, sorry. It does have a capacitive screen, so you can just swipe through to get what you need. Looks like here's our Bluetooth options. There are lots and lots of different things that we can do here. If I go to settings, there are lots of settings, and the screen is actually quite responsive. See if I can get Bluetooth to come up. Don't know if I'll get this in, but it does show up as the GT08. So we'll go ahead and pair it up with that. Paired really quick. It's going to ask me for access to the different things it needs, like my contacts, etc. But it paired up really quick, very nice and easy. And then, like I said, you've got, let me turn it back around so you can see maybe, but you do have lots and lots of different options, including things like being able to take pictures, I believe, with your phone. You have a calendar. Let me go ahead and just play with this a little bit and see. We do have Facebook. Looks like we do have a browser. So there's all kinds of fun stuff here. It is asking for a memory card for some of them. So I'd imagine when we pry off the back, we'll be able to see that there's a memory card slot for it, as well as a SIM card. All in all, it's a really nice little watch though. I'm not entirely sure what the battery life will be on this, so I'll have to play with that and update the review. But I'm sure it's a pretty decent battery. I'm not sure just yet what the scroll on this is for, but it does seem to be pretty responsive and a pretty nice little watch. All in all, I'm really quite impressed with this. I'm quite happy with it. Let me play with it a little bit more, show you some of the things that I might have missed, and then give you some final thoughts. Okay, I just wanted to finish this up real quick and show you. I installed the app, hopefully it'll focus a little bit, which says it's connected, it's fine. You've got a couple of small setting areas you can go to, but for the most part the app doesn't really necessarily give you any extra function over what the watch itself does. But it does install just fine, and it came with an update, a 0-day update. And I'll show you real quick kind of what this looks like on the wrist. Again, you can see it's a little on the larger side, but not bad. Hopefully I can balance this camera and do this all at the same time, but I'll show you here. It does look quite nice. It's showing up a little funny because of the LCD display, but it looks really good in person, not necessarily on this recording. You can cycle through. Sorry, I'm just trying to do this one-handed. Sorry. Let me take it off real quick. This will probably make it easier. But you can cycle through the different types of watch faces. It does not have a digital face. Actually, I've got that upside down, sorry. But it does not have a digital face as far as a digital clock, which I kind of wish it did. When you do swipe to a side, it gives you the menu. And a lot of these features will only work if you've got an installed memory card or a SIM card, which I do not have. But you do have a battery indicator up here at the top corner. You can make calls real quick, and you can make text or send messages real quick. It does have a digital clock here in the center on this home screen. When you swipe through all your different menu options, it does switch it back to an analog clock. See if I can't get that to focus. Doesn't look like it's gonna focus for me just with this lighting. Let's see if I can get that a little better for you. There we go. That's the code, or the QR code. See if I can show it. But as you can see, it's really quite responsive. And it does work quite well with my phone. The only one I do want to show you real quick is my interface with the camera, which is one of the big reasons I would want to use this particular watch, is for selfies, kinda. So if we, let's see if we can find it. It's this camera with a Bluetooth kind of an icon to it. Trying to do this no-handed at the moment now. I've got my phone in one hand. As you can see, it does turn on my phone to the camera, and you get a pretty decent view of what the camera sees. It is a little delayed, but it's not too bad. And you can, of course, capture images, which capture on the phone. If you have a memory card installed in this watch, it does have its own built-in camera. But as you can see, it's this right up here. So it would make for selfies, but it won't save because I don't have a memory card installed. All in all, though, a really nice watch. It's a really attractive looking watch with a lot of features in it. The biggest problem I have with it, unfortunately, is that you cannot switch it over to the 12-hour format. It is a 24-hour format watch. And though I think that might be an update, possibly, at some point, for now that's a little bit of a hang-up for those of us who are used to that. Other than that, it works really quite well. Has a really decent, snappy interface. And all in all, is a really great watch.